Hello, everyone, and welcome to this special edition of HR Insights. I'm thrilled to have you with us today. We have an incredible guest who brings a wealth of knowledge and experience on the table. Joining us is Dr. Anubha Walia, the CEO of Prism Philosophy Training and Consultancy, an accomplished author, international trainer, and yoga expert. Dr. Walia is dedicated to transforming organizational cultures and enhancing employee well being through innovative training solutions. Her unique blend of expertise in HR and mindfulness practices positions her as a thought leader in this HR field. Today, we will dive into some critical HR topics, exploring the intersection of employee well being and leadership development in the future of HR. So, please join me and welcome Dr. Anubha Walia.
Thank you so very much. Inshita, firstly, let me compliment your name. And just for my inquisitiveness, are we recording the session?
Yes, we'll be recording it. And welcome, ma'am. Thank you for making a time for us.
Pleasure. Thank you so much.
Okay, so how have you been? How have you been there?
Oh, interesting. In fact, presently, a lot of travel and a lot of work is going on. So schedule is tight, but definitely it's an enjoyment that we do. But I must compliment and thank you to you all for taking out the time for me. In fact, and it's nice to interact and engage with you and your team. So look forward to that.
Humble of you. You have to make a time for us. So we are really, really grateful for that. So tell us about your journey, like how you've been into this HR field and how you thought that you want to go with this.
Okay, with the now good 27 odd experience that I have in this, I worked for almost like 15 years in corporate, and after that, the inception of Prism came. Now, throughout my journey, I recognize that many organizations actually struggle to effectively integrate the L&D solution with a personalized, human-centered approach. And my transition really happened into the entrepreneurship business because of this reason. When I worked with a big giant, big organization like Honeywell, ICICI, Moody's ICL, there was absolutely a wonderful experience that I had with my leaders, and there was a different set of learnings. But then I identified some set of gap with the rapid changes which was reshaping the workforce place. And for that, I thought, let me bring out the human connection, empathy, and engagement through my intervention of Prism. So that's how the level of Prism was born, to bring out the combination of technology with the commitment and creating a vibrant, inclusive, and growth-oriented, I would say, work environment for my people. So that's how the journey started.
So why Prism? Why not something other, like another world, or why Prism?
So it's a very beautiful thing, when I introspect about it. Prism, if you see, it means a plain white light, right? And then it is spectrum into the 7 colors, which is a pivot gear. And if you see our logo, which has 5 colors, so we culminated these 5 colors after this whip gear. So every individual has that plain white light. We are very pure by soul, each one of us. But there is something that is very strong in us, which is like one of the dominances there. We call it in the form of personality. And we help people recognize their own strength, their own excellent approach that they use. Sometimes they themselves don't know, so we help them. And that's why our mantra is excellence to eminence, because we say that every human being is excellent. We take them to an eminence so that they can use their own strength, they can use their own competencies, expertise, talents, skills. We help them recognize and they work on it. So that's how Prism came in, actually.
Okay, so you basically provide various training for employee well-being too. So how important employee well-being is for you? Like, what is the significance for it?
See, honestly, HR landscape, the central focus is on the employee well-being. And there is a direct impact on the productivity, engagement, retention, in fact, overall organization performance. Uh, the kind of programs that we do, we have now very smartly integrated employee well-being in our programs. It's like we tell them how to engage, we tell them how to be productive, how can you make the mental health support for yourself. Okay. So I have seen that when you add the well-being and a wellness in the program and help them realize with a small snippet, element. To give an example, that when we do the training program, because our training program has a very wide spectrum. So we are in the corporate trainings, in the soft skills, behavioral competency based program, and there's also a developmental plan that we have. It includes coaching, it includes immersive learning, it includes off the shelf learning. There is an experts coming in, so these set of programs are there. But the best part is we include the wellness also. So during the program, we'll do some element of 5 minutes, kind of an engagement where we tell them, okay, if you do this, it will benefit you. For example, breathing. So how to do equal breathing, how to do rate check breathing. So there are certain things that we do. Same very way, we do certain very basic stretching exercise during the training program. It's like giving a mental health approach, and then the yoga element, I would say, because coming with that kind of experience, I realized that a small element of yoga in a daily life, will help you to enhance your overall personality, your mental peace at a different level. So that's what we have cultivated. So, definitely with the trainings, we have coaching, we have yoga and wellness, we have a skills development programs, So we keep doing that, and that's how we have been adding the employee well-being in the L&D landscape.
Suggest few strategies for us also how we can improve our employee well-being.
So I mean, it's a very simple thing I always say. So right now you are talking to me, right? And while you have thrown me a question, but in the meantime you're just silent, right? You're just listening to me. So during this you can have an equal breathing. So count of 2 or 3. So inhale for 2 count, exhale for 2 count. Very simple. So you're just nodding your head, but you can very comfortably, very consciously, and you are with. So and second thing what I have witnessed is a lot of people do wrong breathing. So when they inhale, their stomach goes in. Ideally it should be when you inhale, the stomach should come out. So I have seen a lot of percentage of the people are doing a wrong breathing, and then they realize, oh my god, and this is man, ye kaise ho raha hai? Then you tell them, okay, you have to make it a conscious effort. So this is one of the things. Then there are a lot of other things that we females work in kitchen. So I tell them that how you can use various stretching exercise while making food, or while preparing something in the kitchen. There are very small things like doing a very basics stretching. So you stretch yourself. So आप जानबूझ के अपने ना बर्तन थोड़े से ऊपर रखिए, so that you keep your hand on top, and then you lift yourself, you come on toes, and then you come down. Again, you see, this is one of the asanas.
But they have to do it on their own.
You have to do it on their own. So sometimes it's like that's how we help them. Okay, you can do this, and then they realize, oh, we never realized it. I mean, you are sitting in a Vajrasana position while watching TV.
Correct.
Very simple thing. So
these are the small steps which can improve.
Absolutely. Very small things, and you see the life changing for you.
Okay. So apart from this, like you told that yoga can also help us in that. So how yoga is related to that?
See, yoga is it's a well-being. It's like we are living in the you. This is like in at present. That's what yoga is all about. It doesn't talk about the things which has gone in the past, and it doesn't talk about the future, which is like a mystery. We don't know what is coming in. But we are mostly in the stress because of the future and the past.
Right.
But we are not in present. So yoga helps you physically, well-being, and it helps you to reduce your fatigue. And there is a lot of mental clarity and the focus that comes in. It helps your energy. The mood swings can be, taken care. Your, stress can be managed. You enhance your work-life balance because you are in present. And I always say that, the certain strategies that we have integrated in our mindful and yoga programs with our other training programs that we are doing. We indeed offer on-site plus off-site yoga classes. So we have been to Maldives, we have been to Rishikesh, So there, with these are the, a regular scheduled classes, a sessions. We encourage employees to participate. But there are, what we do is we do mindfulness break. In this, we encourage short meditation, breathing exercise, as I said right now, when we have a small break, right? And how to reset and recharge post-lunch training session, there is another one. We have created a quiet moment, right? So there is something you become quiet for some time. So there is a 30 seconds quiet exercise that we do. And in that we have Nishband Bhav, that is the reflection element. So those are certain things that we do. And very important one is lead by an example. I always say that if you are doing it and when you tell this to your participants, your trainees, your team members, it becomes very effective. And they say, okay, if Anubha is doing it, her team members are doing it, it is benefiting them, that it's going to benefit us. So those are things we do.
Like you told me that breathing exercise, maybe I'll try it from now on.
Yes,
Just to calm myself. Okay, so today HR leaders, we also have a lot of things in HR now, like HR VP is also there, then learning and development thing is also there. So how these HR leaders, according to you, can bring that employee well-being, that motivate their employees during their corporate environment? What practices they can follow?
Okay. I think I would simply first thing to say is that any organization needs to have a learning centric culture. Very plain vanilla. Nothing rocket science I'm talking about. A very plain vanilla learning centric culture. So once we have that growth mindset, right? We can see employees see challenges as opportunities to learn and grow rather than obstacles. So we need to nurture through internal communication, and we need to recognize the continuous improvement. And there is a statement we all know that lifelong learning, right? We need to encourage this. Whether we talk about technical competencies, whether we talk about skills development, but with this, I think the well-being has to be something which has to be ingrained from the childhood itself, I would say that. So even in the schools, I still remember when I was in class 4th and 5th, I still remember we used to have a yoga classes. And yam, niyam, asan, pranayam, pratyahar, dharana, dhyan, samadhi, jo 8 प्रस्ताव होते हैं हमारे. So that was taught at that particular time. And it's still ingrained in me. And I realized that it actually starts from the childhood. So when we actually have that learning centric culture in any organization, I think we can have those certain set of programs, very quick bites. There could be a learning management system. I always prefer and say there should be a micro learning approach. So there are short focused content, And here, people just come, they learn, and they apply. I love Instagram Reels, to be honest. Some of the Instagram Reels are very effective and you learn. So if you know what is right, what is correct, you can follow certain, groups, certain Reels, and you can learn from them because they are very snippet one. So just working on this. And then the third one is, I would say, mentoring and coaching, because I'm in a coaching space. And being now into the space of, becoming a master coach, I'm still in the journey to get the accreditation. The certification has been done. But trust me, it's if you have to do peer-to-peer coaching or the leadership coaching, we can actually help individuals build their self-awareness, their identity areas for growth, and we can develop their leadership competency. So that is something it's very must for the organization.
So basically, you're telling that if our managers are open to coaches, then the people will also be open to learn and they can share all the things.
Yes. Very true.
So these days now, I've also seen too many of reels on the Instagram, like corporate is now open for memes on themselves. So that wise, I think that is an important step, I think, because that way people also feel that, okay, now we have a freedom, we can work freely, and they all know that how much pressure it is, and they are also taking it lightly. So
Yeah.
I think that way they are opening up a conversation.
Absolutely, they are. And that's nice also. I think it's the more we communicate and the authentic communication, I always say that now it's very important because everyone is communicating. But what is really true, what is really authenticated communication, what are they saying, the content has to be true. So don't fake it.
Transparency is important.
Very important.
At least within the team, it should be there. So, like how these HR leaders can put their views and how can they contribute in the inclusion and diversion of the company? How important it is and how they can contribute in that, according to you?
Oh wow! It's a heart-touching topic, to be honest. If you ask me personally, see, leaders play a very critical and important role in promoting diversity and inclusion. Okay, and although I have with this set of community, I would say the others. There are, like, I was trying doing a research on this. So there are 72 genders. A lot of people are not even aware of it. So I think first very important is that we need to implement this inclusive hiring practice. So need to have the different set of people working in an organization. We need to promote diversity in the organization, and I must compliment Prism on this because we really provide diversity approach, focusing on program that covers unconscious biases, microaggressions, culture competences, inclusive communication. And this is not only in the training but also in the coaching. Let me be very honest here. So that is the first thing. So the training is one, hiring is the second one with the inclusive hiring. We need to have something called employee resource group, ERG that we call it. It will help to provide support, networking, advocacy for underrepresented groups like, I should not say, but women, definitely, LGBTQ community, ethnic minorities, people with disabilities. I know Prism has a lot of examples. We are training, people from LGBTQ community. We are training from ethnic minorities. We are having an organization where the disabilities are there, but we're training them, So it's like commendable. And then definitely we always say that culture awareness is something very important. So we need to recognize and celebrate different culture, religion, heritage events throughout the years, So that helps to bring the appreciation for diversity. So I think if these couple of things that we do, it will have a lot of importance and relevance for the development. Yes.
People generally don't give attention to these minute details, but this is very important. Like, I have been working with one of the company. They have this policy that we will hire 50% of females and 50% of male. But what about others who doesn't count in male or female? What about that category? So ignoring all these things are uh, these are minute things which we can give attention to.
So we should not ignore, we should embrace. That's it. They are, and let me tell you, they're exceptionally intelligent. I've seen they're high on creativity. I mean, beautiful is the word. Beautiful. I mean, they make me learn. I would say that.
So the focus of HR leaders should be at the intelligence and their talent, not on gender or anything else, like not on the materialistic things. He should focus on, yeah, if the person is qualified, if they has the knowledge, they has that experience, then there should be a qualification for that.
Right. Totally endorse.
Okay, so you used a word, shock meditation. What is that?
The short meditation, right?
Right.
So it's like, so it's like you being with yourself, just for a minute or two. And there is a very high level of holding your breath, okay? So we call there is kumbhak breathing and the rechak breathing. So rechak is when you inhale, you hold the breath. And kumbhak is when you exhale the breath and you hold it. Now you will see when you will apply these two. Honestly, when I do my rechak, which is when I inhale and hold, I can easily hold my breath till 1.5 minutes.
Okay.
But when I do exhale and hold, it's not even touching 40 seconds. It's like till 30 seconds is fine, but after that I feel, so it's like I still doing so much of practice. So what happens is when you are doing this, you start doing a short meditation itself from here only, because you are consciously counting your breath. So this is what short meditation is all about. Short breathing, short meditation.
Okay. So we can use this in our basic culture, in our corporate culture also. I think it's simple, right?
It's very powerful and very easy. You can use it anytime.
Yeah. Plus, it will calm our mind also. It will enhance our performances and everything.
Yes, it will, definitely. So your overall mental health, you can use it. In fact, nowadays I have seen there's a various mental health platforms and apps which are there. Like I know the app like Calm, Headspace, Wellable. They help employee manage the stress and maintain the well-being. So you can apply that. I use my Apple Watch. I use my mobile phone. Just pressing it and then use it. So it gives you the good trajectory for a months and months at how you have performed. And I think we should use these tools. Nothing wrong in that.
Yeah, now these days, I think 70-80% people have that smartwatch. Even though I don't know how many people are using it, but they have it.
Yes, they have it, and one should. So I mean, these kind of apps which are there. So I mean, in Prism we have our L&D platform also. We have our own LMS, and in that we have a pre-designed programs which are there, and people go and they actually learn it. So during while they are learning, suddenly when we see that they have learned for a good amount of time, there's a break that we get. I say, okay, take a break for a minute and so, and take a deep breath. So this is a personalized thing which comes in.
So how can HR professionals balance these things, like high performance and the conventional approaches? So how they can balance this, how to enhance the performance?
See, one thing is that I always say that prioritize employee well-being firstly. So you need to have a wellness program and an element of combating the burnout, of monitoring the employee's workload, the stress level, and provide resources such as time management workshops, wellness days, burnout prevention initiatives, show employees that their health and well-being are top priorities. And with this, I would say embrace technology, which is you can make it through an data driven. So leveraging the technology, like we have ATS, that is a tracking mechanism. We have LMS, we have an analytical platform. Same very way, we use this technology to know that how this is helping to combat the employee workload. For the wellness program, I would say, which support uh, mental, physical, financial well-being. So offer flexible working arrangement, mental health support, opportunities for work-life balance. So there are a lot of things that can be done. It's just that the initiative have to be taken in an organization. And I have seen that a great organization, they have, even I'll give you one small example. In one of the organization, it's a multinational, and their training setup, okay, you see that the trainer is also in a very comfortable attire. I myself is into jeans sometime, or in my comfortable culottes. And and the people, the trainees are also in a the very comfortable attire, like very good spirit mood. And the best part, they're not sitting on a table and a chair. So if they want to sit on a couch, they can sit on a couch. They want to sit on a sofa, they sit on the sofa. They want to lie down comfortably, by the back, supported with the wall. They can do that. So focus is on learning.
Correct.
And you see that learning can happen at any stage. You don't have to make it a very, a space which is very, very meticulously planned. And you see that it's, and then when you want, you just squat and you sit comfortably and you're learning. We did this in Rishikesh. In Rishikesh, we had a wonderful program on NLP plus yoga and wellness. So it was a yoga basic level 1 program. So in the morning, we used to go for this program near Ganga Ghat, and in the daytime, we used to do NLP program in the premises, and we were doing it in an area which was comfortable.
It sounds interesting. We should also try it, I think.
You should.
Plus, Rishikesh is a good place.
Any day. So anytime you want to go, just let me know. In fact, we had a great experience in Maldives. We had a great experience in Spain. So yes, there are many places we have done, but these are the very recent ones, so it's coming in my mind.
No, so as you said, a lot of companies are following it, that they have made this thing in a week. One day it is there for them, that you can wear anything, you can sit anywhere you want. We just need your work to be completed. You can do anything, anytime, anything you can do, any attire you can wear. It's just to make them feel comfortable. But I think that that we can do for the other days also. Like, it's for one day in a week.
Absolutely.
Okay, so like what other HR practices we can follow just to make the organizational environment positive, so that people doesn't feel overburdened, or they doesn't feel that we have a lot of work to do, we have deadlines to meet. So how to change that environment into a positive environment?
Okay. I would say very simply thing, what we organization can do is I would say please, right? So please increase reliance on technology and automation. Nothing wrong with it. Okay. So use of AI, machine learning, analytics, because I am myself as an analytics person. I do a lot of predictive and prescriptive analytics. And there are various automation tools which can be even more prominent in the areas like recruitment, employee engagement, performance management, wellness, well-being, so you can use that. Although L&D, we have been using it. So for that, need to leverage very effectively the AI, the people analytics, for the optimization. I would also say use the data-driven decision making. Now in this, the data analytics will always continue to play a role in the decision making, from predicting talent need to measuring employee satisfaction, turnover also. So you rely on the real-time data to drive strategies. And for that, you can integrate, various tools for the data interpretation, analysis, and learning how to use people analytics to provide actionable insight. Second very important thing I would say is hybrid and remote work model. I think although we have shifted, I've seen the shift post pandemic. What people started, working from home now, it's remote. I think we need to really teach, and we really need to actually make them very well aware that how we can use a flexible working environment.
Correct.
And the I always say the DEI, which is diversity, equity, and inclusivity, which we discussed on that. But personally, I will say that focus on employee experience and well-being. The Alpha Gen, okay, we need to learn from them. They work in a different tangent altogether. So employee experience will take the center stage anyhow. So with an increasing emphasis on holistic well-being, which is mental, emotional, financial, physical, organization need to provide more than just the salary, the experience. Because this young generation, the alpha generation, the Gen Z, they are looking for, an experience, and they must offer a period.
Yes.
Okay, so we were discussing about the focus on employee experience and well-being, and as I mentioned that employee experience will take the center stage, right? And we need to emphasize on the well-being, which is like mental, emotional, financial, physical, right? And here we really need to prepare them, creating a positive employee experience by making their personalized development plan, well-being program, meaningful benefits, and that will actually help, providing them with the resources which could be work-life integration, mental health, and continuous learning. So I think if we work on the element of, as I mentioned, we rely on the data, we rely on the data decision making approach by using AI, DEI, which is diversity, equity, inclusion, and finally employee well-being. I think it's a must by the leaders.
Yes. So I was just about to come on that. Like you told that we can use ATS and we can use HRIS and LMS is also there. So generally HR leaders withdraw all the data from there, but after withdrawing all that performance management data, what practices they can do and what practices they can adopt to use that performance management data and converting that into a positive impact?
I think that can be used for succession planning very simply, because you get to know, you can actually do a coaching for them, and you can build their skills furthermore just to know, identifying the gaps based on the organization requirement. So that is one, and definitely you can know how we can prioritize employee well-being with that, and using it for the work-life balance, and providing that what so-called a psychological safety for the people. And definitely for the performance side, we see that there is indeed, for an example, ATS we talked about, right? Now, we HR need to use how that software can automate resume screening, sorting the candidates based on predefined criteria, and you can remove and rule out the manual workload, and then you can actually see how you can schedule and streamline the interview process, that is reducing back and forth between the interviews and the recruiter. So there's the initial handling of the queries, which can also be taken care by improving the communication effectively. So that's the way we can do it.
Right. But then, don't you think that adopting too much of AI tools and everything will come up in the result, like they will decrease their salary, that they will decrease that bar of salary, which candidates are nowadays negotiating on it?
See, let me be very honest. I always say that AI is an assistant to us. It's not, a navigating tool for us. It's just assist, nothing else. So the way we have personal assistants, AI is my personal assistance. In fact, the way I will be using AI is why you will be paid more, if you'll ask me personally. You need to have the right set of prompt, and for having a right set of prompt, you need to have a right set of knowledge. And for having the right set of knowledge, you need to actually learn. So in fact, we are making AI learn, but it is through human beings we are making AI strong. So we are much more smarter than AI. AI just helps us to navigate it. It saves my time.
Yes.
That's it.
I have been encountered one of the interview wherein a developer was there and he was telling that we have to copy that API code again and again. So
Okay.
Just to avoid that, that candidate was using AI. So the main code, the basic code that has been developed by that developer only, he is using AI as an assistant just to copy that API code again and again wherever it was required. Like, I am not a developer, so I don't know about that. But
Authentically true. What you said is so true. That's how it is, So even using AI, you need to have that knowledge.
yes, and any which ways, at the end of the day, we humans are only using it.
Absolutely.
How to use it, that is our smart mind. How we can enhance our performance using that AI, that is also a smart topic.
Perfect. Absolutely true.
So, any which ways, I've taken much of a time. So, lastly, what do you think? What note can be taken away from this? Like, whatever you have shared with us, be it yoga or mindfulness practices or employee well-being and the practices which you are using in Prism. What note we can take away just to improve our HR leaders and their performances, their positive impact into the organizations?
Okay, I would just say that have a flexible work arrangement, comprehensive health benefits, the well-being initiatives, and encourage work-life balance. That is a must. And I think one should live. We need to live. And we need to enjoy every moment, being present. That's what I always say. So please enjoy yourself, practice your day-to-day life by small snippet of exercise, yoga, breathing, right breathing, and enjoy what you are doing. That's it. And rest, everything will fall into place.
Right. So, like a lot of people have been workaholic these days. So how that works with you? Like, being a workaholic is a good thing, or is it a bad thing, or we can balance it out somewhere?
Workaholic is good till the time you're enjoying it. I sometimes get up early in the morning at 4, I work it. If I have a task to do it in the night, I do it. But I should be enjoying it. It should not be a pain to me. It should not be a problem to me.
People are also getting frustrated, but at the same time they are workaholic. So how we can balance it?
All in your mind. I think it's all in your mind. You need to balance this out, figuring it out what is important for you and what is urgent for you. If you're always wearing an urgent hat, that means it's a problem that you're creating for yourself. You need to plan your days. My calendar is planned for the next 3 months. I'll be very honest. So I know what has to be done when. And very simple thing is that if I know after a month I have to do these things, so at least a snippet of it I do that task or 1 month prior to it, so that I'm not in a pressure zone. So it's all on individual to individual. Some people I've seen, they will work in the last moment and they do very well. Maybe that's the style. But for me, I want, we need to figure it out. What is it that we feel comfortable with? And I think workaholic is your own way of looking at things. You want to keep working, keep working, no worries. But I believe in that you work and you enjoy. You work and enjoy. You live and learn and live and learn. That's what it is. And you enhance, you need to check yourself how far you can go. What are your key strengths? How much you can pull yourself. So unlearn, learn, relearn. Unlearn, learn, relearn. It's a cycle one has to keep going on.
And plus, one more thing is also there, like these days, a lot of things are changing, especially in the business environment. So, with that change in the current business environment, how we human resource department specifically, if I talk about how human resource department can align themselves, align their practices with this changing environment, especially with the Gen Z's.
Okay, so I would always say that promote collaboration. Very simple. And being a part of L&D, domain, I think you need to foster the internal network or communities of practice where employees can share their knowledge and best practice and experience. I learned this in Honeywell. I remember we were using Yammer. And in that, there were a peer learning which was happening, and through the collaborative across the organization. It's a matrix set of organization. So there was a lot of internal knowledge sharing platform, right? And then here I could see that the knowledge repository which were there for employees who can access them as a tutorial, case studies, lessons learned, and sometimes even experience sharing. And then there was a cross-departmental collaboration where we used for the problem solving and getting a different perspective, for getting a broader understanding of the subject. So please, I would say one is the collaboration and align learning with organizational goal. It's very important. It's like strategic learning objectives should be there to be aligned with the strategic goal of an organization for the long-term success. And in this, you can actually have the recognition and rewards learning, with the recognizing platforms, certification, badges, performance reviews aligned with learning. I think when we have these things, it will help you to not only reflect the practices, but also regular feedback loop will help to bring in fact, foster the culture of an organization for the better growth.
A lot of people have this thing. I have heard this, that a lot of companies have put some ballets in their offices just to collect all the suggestions from the employees. I don't know they are using it or not, but they have these things that if you have a suggestion how we can improve in this, and few companies have a separate sessions for that also these days.
No, to be very honest here, ICSF has this concept. I've been talking right now, sharing an experience. What Madhuri ma'am has initiated. It was a project, and we still remember we used to give the ideas. It's Idea Factory, and the local ideas used to be implemented locally. And if anything which is driven by the corporate office, then there used to be a sign out in terms of okay, it has been approved and now it can be used. And we used to get benefited of that. So it's not that idea just going for a on the box. I've seen organizations are actually considering those ideas, and I saw that example because it's live in front of me, which I saw 15 years back. I'm talking about.
So what was that one unique idea which was very impressive?
See, it was all function related, but how to service the customer, So there's a lot of great ideas and great thoughts which were there. So we used to pick up any very simple idea which never include any kind of financial cost to it. When there are no cost involved and there's like something that you can do it very humbly, people are implementing it. So there are not many, can't pinpoint at one, but during a customer service element, I still remember one of the branches, they actually started, I'm talking about 20 years back, they started doing, good morning, good evening and namaste with a closed hand, and it worked very well. So I'm talking about 20 years back.
Okay, so these days company has also been involving in fun activity, like they have this fun Friday sessions. it is being involved in virtually also, and they are doing it in physical offices also. Do you think this really helps to implement the positive environment in the team?
See, if you'll ask me, fun is a part of life. Okay? So one should actually have fun. It's an approach which is blended with the enjoyment, with education. We have a lot of outbound programs. We have a lot of skill engaging and interactive programs. Interestingly, if we see gamification where we have games and rewards, there are various learning apps that we have. In Prism, we use Kahoot, we use Quizlet, we use quizzes. We use simple Google also to engage in games, to compete, to collaborate, and earn awards. So there are a lot of hands-on experience, hands-on activities, learning, which help encourage the learners to participate in experiments. We also make them do a role play or a group projects and allow them to apply in their real life changing scenario. And then we take their feedback that how did it work. So it is really important. So fun while you learn is a very strong mantra, I believe in.
Yeah, that's the best combination. Okay, so we will definitely going to follow all these practices which you have suggested, especially that breathing yoga. That is the small thing we can do on the daily basis. Like we can start our day with that, or we can do it post lunch or pre lunch. So mostly,
if you can get up early morning, nothing like it. You do it in the evening. My preferred time is in the evening. I love doing it in the evening. It's just you need to get very comfortable with whatever you. That's it. Very simple.
Okay, so thank you very much, Dr. Walia, that you have made time for us and for sharing all the valuable practices which you have been practicing since how many years you have been doing this now. So thank you very much for sharing all the views with us, and we will definitely try to follow these things to improve our enhance and performance of employees and everything. So thank you again, and it was really nice having with us here, and it was a really nice conversation, and I myself has learned a lot of things, and we will definitely try to improve that.
Pleasure. Thank you so very much, Inshita. It was really lovely to interact with you and your organization. So anytime you need any support from me, please feel free to reach out. Thank you so very much and have a wonderful season of festival to you and to your family members.
Oh yeah, same to you.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Take care.
Thank you.